Luke might make the most perfect pancakes in all of America. Okay, fine.
I'm a Dupar's guy myself.
Danny really loves that mountain boy. And Jasmine, you are doing the most, and it ain't a good look, girl. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Dives as deep as Brandon's willing to go to leave this hoedown with a story producer credit.
Yeah.
He did a good job. I'm giving him an associate producer at least.
I'm giving him a ticket back to, what'd she call it? Paso Robles? Or
Whatever she called it, wasn't right.
I had thought he was from Bakersfield, and he looks like a Bakersfield guy to me.
beautiful
He also looks like a
Bakersfield.
Paso Robles.
What?
He does look like a Paso Robles guy.
Yeah, but at
Lot
least
of,
Paso
like,
Robles has super dope
farms
vineyards.
I
and
love
stuff.
Paso.
vineyards
Yeah.
and-
Actually, I think Paso Robles was written up as like one of the top 10 wine destinations.
It is.
Yeah, it's great. They have great vineyards there.
Want to hear a funny
They don't have a
story?
Meteor wine vineyard there, but let's
don't.
expand, Barry.
Funny story. I can tell the story because it's 100 years old and it's, everyone knows it. So when American Idol was first on, and So You Think You Can Dance started,
Okay.
I worked on So You Think You Can Dance, but just same kind of companies, same crew. We just kind of popped back and forth between the two shows. Some people did, some people didn't. But Nigel Lithgow was the executive producer and creator of So You Think You Can Dance, and he also worked on American Idol. And this is a long story. I'll try to make it short. One drunken vacation or weekend or filming, whatever, Nigel, Ken Warwick, who are the EPs of American Idol.
Who is Nigel Lithgow?
He was an executive producer on American Idol.
But not like a on-screen person that I would know.
He's one of the judges for So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, okay.
The old British guy who's been there forever.
I didn't
older.
watch, but
Yeah, he created So You Think You Can Dance.
got it.
Was one of the like Bruno guys on there.
Okay.
He was like the Simon Cowell, the original Simon Cowell,
Okay.
and he kind of mean and like was a dancer, so he knew stuff. Anywho, him, Ken Warwick, who's the other producer on EP on Idol, Ryan Seacrest, Randy Jackson, I think Simon Cowell, and maybe one other person. There's like 5 or 6 of them. They got a little drunk. Nigel found this winery in Paso Robles and was like, mates, let's buy a winery. And they were like, fucking let's do it. And he was like, oh no, we're all rich and this is what we're going to do. We're going to buy this freaking vineyard in Paso Robles. Everyone said yes on the weekend. Him and Ken went and bought it. They put a deposit, a non-refundable deposit on this vineyard, and then went and told everybody. And they were like, I'm buying a vineyard, dude. I thought I wasn't serious. Like, we're not being serious. One by one, they just bailed. Simon was like, dude, let me see if I can stay. And he was like, I can't give you the money for it, my guy. Like, whatever was happening at the time, they all bailed on him. And so Ken and Simon Nigel had to buy this vineyard in Paso Robles. And Nigel pitched a show called Corkscrewed, where they were like, let's do a reality show about us two dummies from Hollywood buying a vineyard and try to make some of our money back. I got 2 seasons out of the show.
I love it.
Yeah, but they didn't get their money back. Yeah, but they just sold it like a few years ago. So they had it for a long time. So maybe in the end they did. But it was the funniest like rich guys hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's buy a vineyard. Yeah, let's do it. And then one of them does. And the rest of them are like, bro, I didn't think you were serious. And then you're stuck with a vineyard.
I know a rich guy who kind of had the opposite story of that because he had a little bit of a drug problem. And one time he needed some of those druggies and you need money for that. And so he was like, it's okay. I'll just sell everything I own, like inside my house. Like if you dump my house over, whatever falls out, let's sell it. And there was someone helping him do that. And they were like, are you sure you want to do this? He's like, yeah, get rid of all of it. Just give me the money. And so he does it. And then when he comes back from the bender, he opens his house and it's empty. And he goes, where's all my stuff? And he didn't remember because that's what drugs do to you.
Yeah, drugs.
Yeah.
Smoke drugs.
At least you had the drugs.
Yeah. Okay, top of the pops it?
Should we do it backwards one time?
Absolutely not.
Memento style?
No.
All I care is that there's 3 minutes left to get West Side Scandal uploaded. Because we already have people waiting in the queue.
Yeah, by the
Are
way,
you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, how did?
Because I post everything I'm gonna do. I let the people know.
Yeah.
It's coming down the pike, you know.
Okay.
And so everyone's
thanks,
already
I'm a
chiming in. They're
subscriber.
like, "Oh my god, yes."
It's a good one. It's a really good
everyone
one.
loves West Side Scandal.
We were here till
That's so
2 a.m. I mean, you
It
live
was
here,
so
but
stupid.
we were here till 2 a.m. last night recording. I mean, we did 3 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a lot. That was a lot. This morning, my brain cells were not functioning. And they're still not functioning. Well, they functioned long enough for me to yell at some customer service people. And when I say service, I mean that ironically, because they do. Anyway, into the epi. So we start off at Booko Mountain. And Nia's with her mom talking about how the backsplash is finished and, you know, they're going on a night out.
I think we got a little insight into how Nia ended up the way she is. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but just her mom's comment about like, I can't believe the party's tomorrow because I don't even know what's going on. Like that was such a like control freak mom comment to like add into that because I don't even know what's going on. Like you're not, you know, like I don't know. That's the vibe I got when she said that.
Okay. We head over to Sherman Oaks to Jasmine's apartment. Zach is with her. They're looking at the preview of the, I think, wedding invite.
Save the dates.
Save the dates. What
Didn't
else?
even see that scene.
There you go. It wasn't even a scene. These are just like, you know, the little beginning snippets of everything. And then we do get to our first scene at the plastic surgeon. And it's Kristen and Brittany. Brittany's getting her mommy makeover done. Kristen's getting some
Consult.
tox.
Getting her consult.
Consult. Thank you. Brittany's talking about how like this is the last remaining thing kind of from Jax because she loved her bubbies, but he definitely did nudge her to go bigger. Yeah. I think, honestly, I actually think doctors do this also. Not that I'm trying to like apologize for or like say anything that Jax didn't. Oh my God, sorry. I'm still really tired from yesterday. Not that I'm trying to say Jax didn't do that, like push her to go a little bit bigger. But I know when my sister got her implants, she wanted a certain size and the doctor's like, I really think you should go bigger. Like you're going to regret it if you don't. And she was like, okay, I guess like you're the professional. And she was like, I did not need to go bigger.
Yeah, no.
I think two things. One, there's one more thing left of Jax that
the kid
Brittany will have. Yeah, there's like the kid. So don't forget about your kid, Brittany. I don't know if it's just a me thing. I've always felt this way. Plastic surgeons, I'm sure they're lovely people. To me, they're the creepiest doctors in town. Who was the one? We watched a show that went
Botched?
No, it was one of the shows we cover, and there was a scene with the plastic surgeon, and he was very direct, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's so mean," and I was like,
"Oh, I know what you're talking
this
about."
This guy, I think, is normal. I think that's how you should be, like. But whatever. It's the only time I've ever seen a plastic surgeon and not been creeped out.
Do you find both men and women plastic surgeons are creepy?
Maybe that's why, because I couldn't even tell. And I'm not trying to be a sexist. I don't think I've ever. I can't remember a female plastic surgeon. Maybe that's why I think it's creepy, because it's all just dudes being creepy.
Yeah, just like filling up chicks.
Yeah.
And I know they're doing things other than that, but like,
and I get what the confidence and so like don't like. You can come at me if you want, but like I understand all that. I can understand what they're doing. Just to me, they just seem so creepy. The hugs, like when Kristen got the hug was a little extra. And then and the smoochies and the like. I haven't seen your boobs in a long time, and I get it. You have to say those things, but then do you have to grab them to know that like we need a little bit of work? We're gonna do a little whoop. I don't. Do you need to like honk honk?
Listen, you go to school for that many years. I don't know.
That's your treat.
Listen, there's that too.
Listen, I don't think they're that much smaller though.
Whoa.
Let me see. Pass that shit around.
Yeah, one sec.
Puff, puff, pass.
Squeeze,
yeah,
back. Did you just have a little tangent about creepster plastic surgeons?
I'm not a plastic surgeon. I'm a creepy dude.
Oh, you're just creepster.
Yeah, I'm just a regular old creepy guy.
I know
creepy perv.
That you say you don't clock this. Are you telling me you can't look at that mouth and be like, that is too much lip filler?
I think it's just that I think that everyone looks like that.
Like, I don't look like that.
No. I know, but when these people that we're watching on TV, it feels like they all kind of look a certain way. And so I just don't know. I don't go, oh, wow, lip filler. I just go, I don't even know. I
so
don't go
weird.
anything.
It's one of the first things. It slaps me in the face. Like, oh no, let's take that down a notch.
I mean, also it looks like she's drawing her lip pencil. Like it's
with filler.
well, right, but also like some people just really like a lip pencil, and I find with lip fillers, people don't know when to stop. Like you put a little bit in there and then they're like, oh, but a little more would be better. And when you start doing lip filler, you lose so much of your natural volume. And I get it. Like as you get older, you lose that volume and you want a little bit back. But I just think people don't know when to stop. I think it's the same thing with Botox. People are like, oh, if a little is good, a lot is better. And it's like, not always, in my opinion. But I also like a natural look. But do what makes you feel good. I'm just not sure what she really went smaller. I mean, this just looks like she lost a little bit of weight. This doesn't look like a smaller implant to me.
Yeah, it's a lot of boob.
I don't know.
I'll have to do some more investigation.
I'm more into what's it called? A yoga boob? How about
a yoga boob?
I don't know. Someone once told me I had yoga boobs and I was like, what is that? And they're like, small boobs like yours. I was like, oh, I like it. Give it to me. No, I love a big boob, but I like a natural, like, I just don't like really big implants. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Because when I look at Sierra's boobs and those are big, when I look at your boobs and those are big, I think they look great.
Listen, the thing that is a bummer about big implants is that you always see the bags like straining the side. The ripple is like, and listen, everyone has it. Like, and not everyone. Some people have better jobs than others, but like I would say that most people have some kind of a ripple. Like
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's like a small percentage of people that somehow got away with. They didn't get it, and that is a bummer to me because I cannot stop going. Ow. Like it seems like it hurts.
Totally. When I was watching Summer House this last episode, it was a very bikini heavy episode. And I noticed, and I love this, like whenever I watch any of the dating shows and everyone's in bikinis and stuff, I've noticed that all of the girls have natural breasts and it made me very happy.
On Summer House?
Yes.
Are we 1,000% that Sierra has?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, unless she's lying, which
I think she might be lying.
Really?
I think.
Don't you say that about my Sierra.
Wait, Lindsay? No.
Not Lindsay.
But Lindsay's not really on. Like this last episode, she wasn't on.
Okay.
Mia, Sierra, Amanda, Bailey, Levi, and what's her name? Dara.
Yeah, I love Bailey. I've been watching Bailey. Everyone knows I love Bailey, but I've been looking at all of her Coachella stuff, and she's just really like
cutie.
I normally like I can't stand those kinds of things when they're just like outfit of the day,
Yeah.
and it's just like carousel after carousel. Just like I don't care. When Bailey does it, I'm always like, oh my god, that's so cute. You really nailed that.
Aw,
Like,
you love her.
Or like you're just having a nice time. I just think she's like. So like she wears too much leopard, but also not too much because like she clearly really loves leopard and it makes her really happy.
I totally get it. I normally get annoyed with like the sponsored like Instagram ads or whatever, but when Sierra's like, I'm in the sun all the time and I need a good sunscreen, I'm like, I should try that sunscreen.
Yeah.
I love a gel sunscreen. Like you just love who you love.
Yeah.
Love is love.
Yeah, that's true.
The only thing I wanted to talk about personally, but everyone feel free to cover what you want in this scene, is when Kristen was talking about how like she just feels so kind of like an Englishman in New York in her body, like just a foreigner in a foreign land. And she looks at her closet and nothing fits her.
Yeah.
And like she looks in the mirror and like that's really tough to go through,
Yeah,
I think, specifically as a woman, because you just don't have the same leeway a dude does. Even just like, forget how the world treats you. Most clothes for women are tight. They're form-fitting. They're like a guy wears a button-down shirt and you can't tell if there's you know, the faux pas, the ripple, the whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I just was like, I know that girl. I'm sorry. That sucks.
It's a bummer. But also she wore like very bohemian frilly, like loose stuff. Like listen, everything she's saying is valid. She's not comfortable. She's not comfortable. So if she's not comfortable, she's not going to be feeling all the other stuff. And that is what it is. But I think she has a little bit of dysmorphia. Like seriously, I stand by it. She does not look that different to me. And I think that I sure as shit know she doesn't look any different to Luke. Luke is like down to pound.
I don't think she looks different to Luke. I do. And listen, she just gave birth. This is not like me judging. I think take whatever, if this is your new body, that's also beautiful. But I do see what she's talking about. Like she seems much, there's a difference
I should probably not say anything. Just keep my dumb mouth shut. But I tend to agree with you. I think, like, I get all the things that I get, like whenever Kristen's talking about like leaving the kid and all that shit, I get that, that she doesn't want to leave it with anybody but Luke or herself. Like that all makes sense. But going back to the, like, you're not comfortable with your body after you had a kid, again, makes sense. Probably not the best time for a doctor to be like, and you're next.
That's the kind of shit that plastic surgeons do, though. Not all of them.
That's what I mean. Like that seems inappropriate. And I can't tell if it's inappropriate or if it's like, and you're next, buddy. You're gonna get that ring, that champions. Like if it's like no, I'm putting confidence back into women's hearts and lives, and like, cool, man, good on you. I just like, is there a different way to say it? I feel like her reaction face was like,
yeah. I feel like she had like a what?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
One of my friends had to get, it wasn't a nose job, but it's like when you have a deviated septum, so they have to like go in and do all the stuff for the nose job, but like her nose is going to look exactly the same. However, since she was going in, he's like, she had like a little bump. He's like, I can take that off if you want. It's the same price and insurance is covering it. And she's like, no, I like it. Like, don't touch my face, just fix so I can breathe. And he like kept insisting. And she was like, I don't know. I just kept getting a weird vibe from this doctor. I'm going to go see another one. And then she goes to check out and she sees his business card says, a Picasso is beautiful, but not if it's your face. And I'm like, that is they say like, oh, you need better bedside manner. Like, well, who told you that was a good slogan for your business?
Nobody. He did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so our next scene up is Soup Socks. It's with Jason and Danny. I'm sorry, Jason and Luke meeting to talk about Danny. And I got to tell you something. I know why Jason and Janet are married, because they're both as awful to try and have a conversation with. Like, there's no accountability. They're like, I'll apologize for, yelling at another grown man, but like, I need to see change. And I'm thinking to myself, are we talking about the same two people? I feel like Nia and Danny are very open about the fact that like, this is what happened. We talked to our pastor. I've grabbed him. Don't drink so much. Like, if anyone, it's like, get a mirror, bro, and hold it up to your wife. Yeah. She's the one rambling on and on about how she's in therapy and I can't see one bit of change.
Yeah. They super suck. I'm so glad they found each other and I hope that they just hole up together. Hold on.
100%. It's sweet that Luke is trying to bridge the gap. And I really do. I like Luke. I think he seems like a good dude. Yeah. I'm sure obviously he understands he's on a show. He gets the assignment. This is his going into his third year. He's almost married to Kristen. Like, he understands, but I don't think he's doing this just for the show. I think there is a part of him that's like, maybe there's a way to work through it. And I don't know. To me, Janet and Jason are just kind of like a bit of a dumpster fire. And I just I wouldn't want to touch it.
They're just womp womp. I don't know really why Luke, listen, it's a show, so they have to do this, but I really kind of feel like they've made a pact that they are going to ice these dudes out and that Luke knows that this isn't going to progress. Like, Danny's never going to admit that, Jason's never going to admit that, like, whether he thinks it or not, like, he doesn't believe that he was wrong. He believes that,
or that his wife was wrong.
Scapegoated his wife, and that, which is just so funny to me because it's like what scapegoated your wife? Like, the whole thing is that she got involved in something that had nothing to do with her, and she used really defamatory language and
purposefully. She's already admitted that she did it to go for the jugular.
Yeah. So like, when you say you want change, what, you want them to go to therapy or something? Like, I think they do go to therapy. Janet seems to be the one that's like, long time listener, first time therapier or no time listener.
Long time bully, first time therapier.
Attendee. I just don't know how anybody takes them seriously. Like they're such sanctimonious assholes.
Oh, that is it. You nailed it. When he had the balls to sit in his confessional and say, I'm not a fan of people who apologize but make no changes in their behavior. Well, know thyself, bro. This is you. This is your wife, not Nia and Danny.
I mean, I'm not going to defend her, but I am going to defend her. Just like you say that same thing at least once a week. We do 2 or 3 episodes a week where you talk about like, oh, I need an apology. It needs to be this way. And then I need you to change afterwards. I don't think you're Jason. So comes with a little more weight coming from you. That being said, Janet's a crazy, but she's pretending at least to show change and like growth and trying to make apologies and make them like none of us believe. We all think she's a Looney Tune, but she is playing make believe or showing, projecting that that's what she's trying to do is make amends with the group, settle everything, apologize, get her apologies, wild, whatever. But that's happening, right? I kind of felt for Jason a little bit because I was like, your wife's crazy, but you picked her, so now you gotta. That's your wife, right?
Till death do us crazy.
Exactly. Like you gotta stand with your wife, and you gotta defend your wife, and like you can get back home and be like, don't do that shit again because you're a nutter, and I can't be out here trying to defend a nutter. I'm going to, but like, don't put me in that position,
it's
right?
hard out here on these streets.
Exactly, man. You're making it real tough.
Yeah.
So I feel for him because he can't do anything else, right?
But don't you feel that the reason I don't feel bad for him
I don't anymore either.
is because it's like, no. You buy her shtick.
Yeah.
Like you actually think.
Right. But he's always said that there's more that we don't know about. There's more that happens off camera, that Danny's done a bunch of other shit that we don't know about. And then he said at the thing, like, after all that happened, Danny kept saying shit about his wife and doing weird stuff. And like, so that was when he was like, there's no change. Nothing's changed. Like we said this thing that he did this thing. He essayed this girl and whatever, like, and he doesn't think anything's changed. So in his mind, he believes that thing happened, that it was more than everyone's making it out to be. He thinks it's happened multiple times since. That whole blow up happened last year. He's saying that Danny's gotten not worse, but he's still being a jerk to his wife. So like, what are you supposed to do?
But what is he doing? Like, I would like to know because Jason didn't say.
And maybe that's
like, what is Danny continuing to do after the reunion ended? What does Danny continue to do to Janet?
They haven't talked for a year.
Right. So like, I don't understand what Jason's referencing when he says
he's got social media, comments, posts, interviews. All these people do that shit.
So but that's my question though, Mike. Like, so is he going on?
Said it, but that doesn't
I need
mean
timelines and receipts if he's going to come with that shit.
Okay, fine. If Lala came with it or Bailey came with it, you'd be like, I think that's true.
Yeah, because these bitches would show up being like, you were on this podcast and you said this, you were on this person's Instagram feed and you commented this, and here's the screenshot of it.
Unless you're Jason, who's not been around for 3 episodes, probably pulling himself back, works at this law firm, probably trying to, and like all the shit we talked about last year of like, how much can this dude really do before his firm says, yo, buddy, you're representing us. Like either chill the out or go do your reality show and get another job. Like that's a lawyer. You can't mess about.
Also, you look like a terrible lawyer, so do a better job.
Yeah.
He just didn't seem like a good.
No, and isn't he like a big corporate lawyer that like
who has workers fraud, like workers comp claim?
Yeah, I don't know if he's in courtrooms, though,
but on the corporate side,
right? So he defends the big corporations when like you fall off a ladder,
right.
And then he's the guy that tells you like, I feel like you fell off that ladder at home, and you're like, no, it was in the file room, yada yada, whatever. Who cares? I'm kind of just hoping that they get demoted to friend of. I think that she's just obnoxious enough to be entertaining sometimes as a friend of. like just to pop in and talk some dumb shit, just so we can all be like, gross, no. And then like we move on with our lives, and we don't see her again for like maybe every other or every third episode or something, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with all of that. And again, I know I sound like I'm trying to defend him, or like I'm defending him. I'm not like, oh, having this realization of like, oh, poor Jason. That's not happening. I'm not like support of Jason, free Jason. That's not happening.
You just don't like Danny.
I don't not like Danny. They're starting to make me be like, what's going on over there? And Jason has never let that go. And clearly neither has his Looney Tune wife. But like, I don't know, at a certain point when the crazy dude on the corner keeps telling you something's happening, you know, like at one point are you like, is that guy really crazy or is he being serious? You know, like, I don't know. I don't not like Danny. I don't like Jason. It's just this moment where he was like, listen, I shouldn't have been calling people names. I'm a 40-year-old man. I will apologize for that. I'll acknowledge that. But like, I don't agree with the rest of this stuff. I think you guys are just saying some bullshit. I think this guy really did this stuff. So what do you want me to do? You want me to apologize for shit that I think you're making up when I also believe this happened? Should I have called them names? No, my bad. I'll apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize for a thing that I don't agree with you guys on.
Well, then good luck getting asked back.
Good luck getting all of that. And if they don't come back, I'm fine with that too. Like I'm ready for I don't need them.
I'm with you. I'm ready for them to not be on the show. For me personally, they don't bring anything to the show that I'm interested in diving into.
If I really think about it, I can understand the value of the villain, the obnoxious broad that like no one really likes, like the Vanitas and the like. Obviously, like Vanita, so much of the last season of Southern Charm was about her, but also had nothing to do with her. But she was just weighing in on every single thing, and it's annoying. But it's like it does bring things up, and then it does create like an issue of sorts, good or bad. Like it's something that like you get multiple scenes of an episode out of. So okay, I understand the value in that. I personally find Jason to be absolutely useless. So I can stomach having Janet be every 3 to 4 episodes, she pops in like a leva, says some bullshit, gets me riled up so that we can talk a bunch of shit on her, deflect from like, maybe Danny is having a bad moment, but I love Nia so much that I'm so glad that Janet's here this time because no one's really talking about this Danny thing. And it's not because I like Danny, it's because I'm obsessed with Nia and I want Nia to have everything that she wants in life. I think she earned it, she deserves it, and she married this guy and has 100 kids with him. So like, they're not going anywhere. Like Danny ain't going nowhere. I think that Danny is way more interesting than Jason is. In real life, I might meet Jason and think I get along way better with Jason in real life. Like I could just see like he's kind of dry and kind of cool and you know, whatever. You married a freak show. That might be interesting also. I like eccentrics, you know, I don't know. But I really think that Jason just has no place on this show. And I'm all about, because all I do really is hear about like budget all the time from this guy. So like all I'm thinking of is how much do you cost? I think you're overpaid and I think we could get someone else. And right now we're getting to know, obviously, like reintroducing Lala, reintroducing Schwartz and getting Schwartz and getting to know Lacy. So there's 3 new people. We don't need a 4th one this second, but we're going to need one next season. I'd like a new addition every season or every other season or something. So that's when I hope that they, you know, go, okay, we're going to allocate this Jason money to someone new. Because like I said, Janet, I understand because I understand the Vanitas of the world, but Jason, that's it. Go home. You can babysit the kid.
The next scene up is when all the girls are getting ready to go to their Y2K night out. I thought it was incredible. When I see scenes like this, I'm like, this is why Nat is so obsessed with her. And I love her also, but I know you always say this about her.
Nia?
Yeah, I thought that she's just like the best of the best.
Yeah.
Where she got the party van so that she could breastfeed. Like that. I don't think, and again, I'm not like a man-hating person, but I just, on no level do I think men understand what women do, period.
Yeah.
With kids, without kids, it doesn't matter. Like
and her mom. Her mom's coming with, I don't know what time it is, but it's nighttime and they're on a party bus an hour away from home. They got to go back home tonight.
Right. And she's got 3 other kids to raise. Like just the fact that, and when she was talking about how like my body belongs to her right now, like she's 3 months old. She won't take a bottle. Like I'm going to do this. And like,
it's a 24-hour room service buffet.
off of me. Yeah. It's like I don't even like, it takes a body shot to just like the whole next level. Yeah. The body shot's how you got the kid.
Yeah.
I'm so in awe of women. I am. The fact that she had a mocktail. She had a pleasing as punch personality the whole night. She walked in the van, didn't make a big deal of it to breastfeed her kid. Like she's really 10 out of 10.
She's a saint. And that's why I go so hard for her about like, you know, when you say like, well, should Danny have to come up this one? I'm like, yes, because like this woman just walks around like this all day long, like in this mode. And I've never seen her ever be sassy about anything. Like the worst you see of her is when she stands up for herself to the Janets of the world, you know, but like, she's never like bitchy. She's always like, kind of like almost gonna cry, but she's not gonna cry, you know, like, I just would, it is so not the life for me. And so maybe I'm making it such a bigger deal than it really is. Maybe there's a million women out there like this that do all this kind of thing. And it is so foreign to me that I notice it. Like, it's like, you are the Mother Teresa. Like you are a saint. You are the patron saint of Booby Town.
I think there's a lot of great women, moms, whatever, that are doing this, and women that aren't even moms that are, you know, like I on Instagram, my entire feed is just animals. That's it. Yeah. And maybe like something about heated rivalry or whatever, like the pop culture du jour thing is. Yeah. And for the most part, everyone I see in the rescue world, it's women. It's women. It's crazy women breaking into a house that they hear a dog being trapped in. It's some girl in Brooklyn in the middle of the night trying to rescue a cat that she knows is nursing these 4 kittens. Yeah. Like women just, they nurture, they raise. And I just, my hat's off to all of us that do this shit. Like it's, you know, it's amazing. And I think Nia's an amazing example of a chick that's doing it all.
She is. It's just the pleasing
chopped liver, fellas.
The pleasing as punch personality on top of all the things that she does. Like that's where I would be. You know what? I could do all that and you wouldn't want to know me. I would be like, you should move out for a bit. I'll stay here in Santa Clarita. Leave me alone for 1 solid full year per child.
Right. But what you're assuming is that I made you do that. Like that you... Like no. Nia's living the exact, maybe not in the location, but the exact life that she set out to live.
I get that.
So it's like it's not like, yes, I'm not shitting on Nia. She is an amazing mother and wife and all the things. But let's not like, she's not like been sucked into this man's life and he's like, you will bear 4 children for me and take care of my home.
That's not what we're saying at
all.
Be
boobylicious all day long. He probably is saying those things, but like I don't like.
No, that wasn't what I was saying at all.
I know that's not what you're saying, but it's.
I was just saying that I could do what she does, but you wouldn't want to know me. I couldn't do it with the face that she keeps on 24 hours a day. And I'm sure when the cameras goes off, I'm sure she's not I'm sure she's not perfect. No one is.
I'm sure she has her moments like anyone else.
But she might be the closest thing that I've ever seen. Actually, I think Courtney would do the same thing. Frankly, I do.
Unless you work for T-Mobile or Wells Fargo, then I am not a nice guy. But you deserve it. Check my Instagram stories later. I'm going to have a very lengthy story about this. Anyway, then we've got the girls going into this Zero Lounge Y2K place.
Which when they said we were going to have this theme party, like I didn't even know what that meant. And then I realized it just looks like you bought all your clothes at a gas station. What?
You don't remember Y2K?
Like I don't remember like what that would be. Like I just couldn't like I didn't Google it either. Like so I know I could have thrown it in the Google machine, but like while I'm watching it, I did not know.
In 1999, and Barry, you can correct me because I'm sure I'm going to butcher this. But like in 1999, everyone's like when they made computers and programmed the internet and computers and everything, they thought that no one had thought about the shift from 1999 to 2000 or whatever.
No, I know that. I'm talking about their outfits.
what was their dressing in 99 to 2000 era?
In my head, I couldn't recall what that era was.
Oh, like what it looked like.
Yeah. So I was like,
they did seem a
Brittany
little
and Paris Hilton, kind of
90s.
like that's.
Oh, see, and I thought they seemed too early aughts. Like to me,
some of them did, and some of them seemed too 90s. Like the neon to me seemed a little too 90s, and then the rest of them seemed a little too aughts. And I was like, I'm not sure if any of you nailed 99.
Yeah, I don't think any of them nailed the year 2000. I really don't. Yeah. But
also, are we just out of ideas for like hangout places?
Listen, I love a good theme, but you got to nail it then. Like if I'm going into like an 80s bar, you got to give me the 80s. You got to give me the trays and the TV dinners and the Miss Pac-Man and Atari and Mr. Belvedere and
just
a Teddy Ruxpin.
Themes. Don't pick Y2K. Don't pick airplane.
Y2K is just weird to do a whole bar after. Like that's a theme party, but you opened a full ass place that's like got to exist every day. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I always think somebody like funded that
or something. Like
I got some magic beans to sell you. Whoever funded that place,
Daddy funded that. Yeah. That's a daddy funded thing.
Honestly, that whole bar was as bad as this episode was. Like this is the worst episode. This is only the episode 3. I would appreciate if they could hold off for their phoning it in episodes, but here we are. But yeah, it sucked. And I'm probably in just like because I'm actually grateful that it was kind of shitty on the side of like, I don't have a ton to say and we just need to get the hell out of here. So like, I'm happy for that. But like, this really was like, they just didn't really have anything.
The only real thing that happened in this scene is when Jasmine was talking to Michelle and some other people and basically said like, you know, how are things with you and Jesse? And she goes, oh, listen, they're fine. He's a bit of a showman, which by the way, Jesse would agree. Yeah. I think everyone would agree. And if we weren't on this show, it like, you know, being here just kind of adds to the stress of things and it just changes the dynamic of the relationship. And Jasmine's like, yeah, I kind of feel the same way with Lala. Like we would never be friends if we weren't whatever. And I think that's how most of these shows are constructed, where it's like a lot of these people don't know each other. We've just put them all together. We like when there's the history and when you guys all have these deep friendships, but that's not a truism for every single one of these shows. Yeah. So that was a little weird to me that Jasmine kind of highlighted that, especially because they did flash back to the dinner that her and Lala had. And it seemed like Lala was like, listen, I'm filming a show with Jasmine. So like, we need to like kind of get to know each other more, but like, I'm down for it. Let's do it. Yeah. It didn't seem fake and not for nothing.
What about the part in that flashback where they were like, we've been friends for 10 years.
Yeah. Or we've known each other for 10 years. And like, here we are having dinner and you're a lesbian and LOL, I'm a mom, LOL. Like, I just think it was like, it just seemed like Jasmine was coming in hot with wanting something. And unless she's not saying what it really is about Lala, like unless there was something that happened between her and Lala that she really doesn't like this chick, but she doesn't want to say it. I couldn't understand why she decided to like pick this.
I don't know.
But they both said the same thing about each other. And like Jasmine did this twice in this episode where she was bummed that she told Michelle a thing and then Michelle went and tattletaled to Lala about it. Mm-hmm. But then you went and tattletaled to Jesse. So like after you found out, you went and did the exact same thing about the exact same story to the other person in that like you literally did the same thing. And then you did that again just at the like with whatever else I was just about to say.
Michelle and Lala? At the party with Brandon. And
what were you saying right before that?
I was saying
before I started talking.
I was just saying, like, I don't understand why Jasmine's doing this. Like, either she's not understanding what you do on these shows, or she has like an actual bone to pick with Lala and she's just not saying it.
Oh, so yeah, she said that she did it twice. See where she did that thing with Michelle. Like she was mad that Michelle went and told Lala. Then she went and told Jesse. Yeah. She did the same thing. And then right after that, she Lala was like, I don't know, I just heard that she's two-faced. And then Jasmine was like that's what Jasmine said. So like they were both doing the same thing to each other and literally saying the same things, not to each other, but doing the same things. Like Lala said, what Jasmine was originally saying is that Lala's two-faced, and that if it weren't for this friend group, we probably wouldn't be friends. She's only friends with me because
we're filming now.
Because we're filming in this group of friends, right? Then Lala said, I heard a story that Jasmine is nice to your face and tuck shit behind your back. Same thing. Two-faced.
But I don't know. It hit a little different for whatever reason with Lala, because when she was, and I know we're jumping way forward, but when she said that in the car and she was just like, hey, she was like, she didn't say two-faced. She goes, is Jasmine a flip-flopper? Because I just got like
she didn't say that either. What she did was start shit. Like she said, I heard somebody told me that Jasmine was this, that, and like.
Yeah.
All right, Lala, so we're here working.
But she did say flip-flopper. That was the term she used. Lala.
Oh, I don't remember the exact.
Yeah, she was like, because that's what I've heard. Like, what's up with this? Like, give me the tea or whatever. So she wasn't, I don't think that's
Didn't Michelle say flip-flopper?
No, I mean, she might have, but Lala originally said it. But my point is, I just don't think that, yeah, Lala's a good shit stirrer, 100%. I'm not saying that she's not. I don't think she was being two-faced in that moment. I think she had a weird interaction at that party when Michelle came up to her and was like, yo, Jasmine just said this. And Lala was like, because when Michelle went up to Lala at the bar, she was like, yeah, we went to dinner. She was like, we had such a nice time. Like, she wasn't coming in hot about anything. I think in that moment, she genuinely was like, this is someone I don't hang out with that much. We had fun. And then in the car, she just was like, that felt kind of shady when Jasmine said that. So I'm just taking the temperature. Is this like her MO?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I read it.
No, this is what is shitty about this episode. And we are truly going to fly through it because like I'm getting upset thinking about why we're even having this discussion right now is because they're doing that thing where they're showing you a part of a conversation. And then, because all we saw was Michelle say, oh, it's kind of a bummer with Jesse's kind of a showman, but what are you going to do? I don't think if it was for the friend group, he probably wouldn't even be around. Basically not wanting to break the fourth wall. The friend group is the show. Nobody caught on to that, but nobody can say it. It's episode 3. I do appreciate them keeping that on the low for as long as they possibly can. And it just seemed like that's all she said. And then Jasmine said, well, that's like the case with like other people too. I don't think that she specifically said, I don't think that Lala would be hanging out with me either. Like, I just don't. And then Michelle goes over and says like something that like was completely different from what Jasmine said. She basically said that I never heard Michelle like call him. Did we hear her call him a showman during that?
I didn't. No.
Okay.
She didn't.
It seemed like she was just saying that things are tough. And then Jasmine's wife said, I know how it feels to like that's your ex and like everybody, we all like him. You know, I'm sure I imagine that sucks. I've been there. It sucks, whatever. And she's like, yeah. And I just don't think that if it weren't for the friend group or whatever, AKA the show, that like this would even be a thing. I took that as meaning that he would even be around hanging out with all of you people. Cause Jesse's kind of off on a different, he's doing a whole different thing now, you know? He's always been an odd man out in these groups. Like, and I'm not saying he doesn't have real friendships with the guys, but like, it's weird that Kristen and Jesse hang out. Kristen seems to me like somebody that Jesse would be like, oh my God, get me out of here, you know? Just because he's kind of pretentious and I enjoy him, but that's his bag. So that's all I heard from that conversation. And so then for her to go over to Lala and say the thing about a showman and being kind of fake or something like that, it seems in that moment that Michelle is like either completely relaying misinformation or it's just like carrying the information over like she's a toddler and it's a soup bowl, like as careful as like a baby can, like it just was very messy, very sloppy. And I don't know why she did that, but the way that scene was shot is that you could tell that like the camera wasn't on anyone's faces. So this to me is just another game of like Salt Lake City Housewives where like what even happened during that scene or Orange County, what even happened on that day, you know, like it. And so I'm looking at Michelle like she's got 5 heads here. But then we come to later, and now I totally flop by the end of it. And I'm like, Jasmine, you're nuts. You know, like Jasmine talks about being like, I think that Jasmine does talk in a different way than these girls do. I don't think that, like, you know how you always say that Craig, he's not going to relay exactly what was said because Craig knows what you mean by that. So he's going to tell you that this is what happened. And it's not actually what happened, but that's what happened to Craig. Craig doesn't think he's lying. He thinks like, I know what you meant by that. So I'm going to tell her what you really meant by it.
Craig is Candace Owens. He don't know, but he knows.
That's two candy references in 1 week. I think we're going to go down.
Maybe.
Her fans are called Standises.
Standises?
Yeah, because her name's Candace. Standis.
Yeah, I get it.
Why are you laughing?
What was I even saying?
You were saying that like you were kind of comparing like the way Jasmine relays information to the way Craig does.
Yeah.
Like where they're both kind of speaking their own, like it goes in their little computer and comes out differently than what was actually going on.
Yeah. So I think that like, you know, Jasmine hasn't really been, she's always just kind of been a pop-in. We haven't really seen a lot of story from her. We were all excited to see that like her marriage is happening this season. So like we were like glad to see that this could be, she would finally kind of have her own storyline and wouldn't have to just be a person that kind of commented on everything else going on. But I'm kind of now remembering that she's had this issue before. She's done weird little things like this before where it just seems like she kind of over dramatizes things, or like she's going to speak how she wants to speak. But if somebody else does that same thing, it is a no-go for her. Like she's got some work to do.
Yeah. And it's a bummer because like when she's, in my opinion, like right or whatever, like I'm so here for her. I'm like, go Jackson, go. You tell Janet, you know, or like you explain to America why it's so shitty to like grab the lesbian girl in the relationship and no one's going to be outraged by it because like you're not taking our relationship seriously and I'm not a guy. Like loved all of that. I thought she was, as the kids say, standing on business. And like, I thought it was great. Then there's the other side of the Jasmine coin where she does shit like this, where I'm like, no. You don't need to do the most here. And you're hearing half of the story. You're running out to yell at someone before you've even heard what actually went on, the full story from the person who was involved. She doesn't really ask questions where it's like, hey, listen, Lala, can I take you aside? I heard this happen. Even when the Michelle Lala thing happened at the bar, when Jasmine walked over and Lala kept her cool pretty well.
Yeah.
And she was just like, they were talking about it and Jasmine just was so enraged right away. And I understand if you feel like you were not quoted warmly and accurately, like you want to pop back to be like, what the f-? Like, why would you say that? That's crazy.
Yeah. Because she didn't say it. According to what we were seeing, what we all saw in that scene, it looks like Michelle completely like botched that whole thing. And so when Jasmine reacted, it was accurate. When she was like, I never said that. What are you talking about? I was like, that's exactly what I would say in this moment. What are you talking about? I never said that. It just happened literally 4 seconds ago.
When Michelle went over to Lala and she was saying the thing about like the showman, whatever about Jesse, but we didn't hear it from the conversation with Jasmine. I just was thinking like, oh, they've chopped this thing up 7 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. So the gist that I was getting was just what I felt Jasmine was saying in that moment was like, Lala's only calling me up to hang out now because she wants screen time.
Yeah.
Or
she just wants it to be cool. Like everyone, like it just all be like, she's making the rounds kind of.
Right. Like she's trying to ingratiate herself in the cast, which is exactly what she should be doing.
That's
like,
a professional.
Right.
That's a professional.
Okay? That's a professional.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it just seemed weird to get mad about that. That's why I'm wondering, because I do think sometimes with Jasmine, it's like, Sonia Morgan did this all the time on the Real Housewives of New York, where she would try to make a point, but it was so cockamamie coming out of her mouth that you could, even if you thought you knew what the point was, by the time Sonia was finished, you were like, I'm so lost. I have no idea what you're upset about. And then once someone like a Bethany would come in and translate and be like, she's upset because she's always shown up for you. You didn't show up for her and you missed her birthday. And so he's like, that's what I said. And she's like, that's actually not what you said.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if Jasmine has the same issue where it's
She
like,
does.
she has the right intention and the point that she's trying to make is accurate, but like she's all fakakta as to like how she's expressing it. And there might be some things that she's not saying because she's like, oh, I don't want to say that on camera. I don't want to say this about Lala, or like you needed this paycheck because of whatever. Like she doesn't want to get cut to like the white meat.
Yeah.
So then she's then having a argument with holes in it. And I'm like, I'm just so confused now, especially as the viewer, because I don't know the backstory with you guys. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I totally do. And I think that the issue with anybody coming on who either has known Jasmine in the past, but like has not had like real consistent interaction with her for years, or someone that's brand new, you got to speak Jasmine. I think that Jasmine has a language of her own. And I think that she probably gets along way better with dudes because like they just don't really take anything very like just like at its, well, this word means this.
Yeah.
Like they're probably half listening anyways. They don't really, whatever. So
what's a detail to a dude?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I think that's why she gets along really well with Jesse, because like they're both just kind of like, whatever. I think she doesn't really get along with Danny because Danny's just different.
More in his feminine.
Right. And also I think that they have probably like diametrically opposed probably politics. And so that probably bugs the shit out of her.
And the experience she had with him last year with her fiance, and she probably is still like, I'm clocking you. That was shitty.
Yeah. And maybe that was all that it was. Maybe it has nothing to do with politics. Maybe Jasmine couldn't care any less.
Or maybe his politics aren't what you would assume they might be.
Yeah, no, that's probably true too. Because Nia does seem very not that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you got to be able to speak Jasmine. And I think that Jasmine needs to, what would be great from her, and like, because it really pops off at the end where like, it would be great if she could just acknowledge, like, I do have my own language. That is a thing.
Yeah.
She kind of did. It was a weird cut around, but at the housewarming party, she kind of was alluding to like, she doesn't, I think she said she wanted to say she didn't speak street. Like,
right, but she doesn't say, I speak a certain way. She just goes, Michelle's dumb. She doesn't have any street smarts. So like, right, or maybe like
options.
Yeah, like maybe you need to know that like words actually have real definitions and that some people live by those.
And the bottom line is Janet is hot-headed, right? So like, Jasmine. Jasmine.
Yeah.
Jasmine is hot-headed, like, which is one of the things I like about her, right? Because I like that she has passion and she stands up for things. The problem with being hot-headed is you got to have your facts straight if you're going to go in and rip someone a new asshole.
Yeah.
I know this because if I'm going to go in and rip someone a new asshole, you best believe I have done my work. And then I'm not feeling any which way about saying this because quite frankly, I think you deserve it.
And I've been thinking it for a while.
Longer than most. I've kept this in longer than most would. And so it's like, I appreciate Jasmine coming in being like, I'm done with you. You're this, that, and the other. And like, for me as a viewer, it's like, I'm emotionally constipated. She said it. And now I'm like, okay, I can breathe.
Yeah.
When she doesn't have the facts on her side and she goes in like patchworking together a story. Like there's this guy, oh God, I think his name is like I can't remember. He's amazing. He's on Instagram and he talks about, he's like a research scientist basically. And he talks a lot about politics, but he essentially says, if you are looking to prove your side of things right, you think the facts are on your side and you're whatever, you then have to seek out information that opposes what you're trying to prove true. That's the way you do this. That's what he was taught in school and how he works. And I feel like Jasmine does the opposite. She's like a heat-seeking missile to the person who's going to tell her what she wants to hear. Yeah. And so that she can like have her emotional release with someone, as opposed to saying like, you were there and you were there and I don't really get along with you, but I want to hear everyone's point of view because I know the truth is somewhere, it's your side, my side, and somewhere in the middle. And I feel like that's where she's got to kind of grow.
Yeah. I think if I literally just heard her say like, I know that I talk differently, like I have a different speak than people do or whatever, like, then it's like, okay, well, because if I don't know you and I just basically, I heard that whole conversation and then I just saw you fire off something else, I'm going to be like, this girl is nuts. Like, but I don't think she's malicious. I don't think she means harm. I think she just like can't get out of her own. She is who she is, and it's not going to change. And I think that maybe she's even frustrated by how she probably finds herself in these kinds of situations often. I imagine, like, I don't know how you couldn't. And I think she probably like, maybe some of the frustration comes from like, oh, I know I do that. I always find myself in this position, but like, you, like it's probably more her. Because like I said, this can't be just a one-off. She's like,
oh, totally. Yeah. And by the way, I get it. Because I know I have a very specific personality that you either like or you don't like. Yeah. And I remember I was out with a bunch of girlfriends on New Year's Eve. And one of the girls at the table was like, I can't believe she just said that. And they're like, you don't know her. Like, because I'm from Jersey. I understand what Jasmine's like. She doesn't have street smart. She doesn't speak a certain way or whatever. Like, I get it. Because when I moved out here, someone came up to me. They're like, you can't talk to people how you talk to people. I'm like what? Like, and I'm a really nice, bubbly person, but like, if I'm in a debate, like if I just met you and I'm debating with you, I'm gonna say what I think. I'm gonna try to say it in a nice way, but it could still come out sharp because it's just, I have an aggressive or like a loud, big personality, I think. I maybe you don't think that, but.
No, I mean, yeah, you have a big personality, but Jasmine's an asshole sometimes. And that's just not you.
I don't think I'm an asshole, but I think like I have like very, like this is my opinion and someone could think I'm an asshole for it more so than like a Nia type person. Yeah. And so at any rate, so I do understand where it's just like, this is just how I communicate. Just like understand that, but that's not how the world works, Nia. We have to sometimes, communicate better. The next scene up is the breakfast scene. Like Luke makes Kristen the pancakes. You didn't think they were stacked so nicely. They were so symmetrical.
They did look like the emoji.
Yes, with the little pat of butter and the syrup. Perfect. That didn't impress you at all?
Oh, they looked like good pancakes. You said the best pancakes in the whole world or something, or ever.
It might make the most perfect pancakes I've ever seen. That was real perfect for a home pancake.
I mean, yeah, it looked nice, but we don't. I don't. They didn't give me. They didn't look like they tasted great. They looked like they were a little thick and not super crunchy on the outside. Little soft, too soft for me.
Yeah.
So aesthetically pleasing.
That's what I'm saying. Aesthetically, it was a 10 out of 10.
I can't comment to the taste.
Yeah.
Also, why isn't that butter melting, Luke? So not hot either.
Also, I need way more butter. I need like slabs of butter on everything. Yeah. That's why I'm having a problem with my fat macros. And then Michelle FaceTimes with Kristen being like, I am hungover Rover. And let me tell you something, Michelle, that hangover is worth it because I too, on Friday night went to dinner and then dancing at all the gay bars in WeHo. And it was a great time.
Yeah. You never get drunker than you get at the gay bars.
Oh my God. And it's so fun. Everyone's so happy and nice and you're dancing and everyone's just like, you're beautiful. No, you're beautiful. And you're taking pictures of people you don't even know.
Yeah.
The bathroom lines are nice.
I kind of liked this. I like when you get old, we all get old in our late 20s. You just don't go out anymore and life takes over and work takes over. And then years go by and one day you're like, you know what? No, screw that. We're going out. And you go out and the next day is not so good. But you got shit to do. Like you got to work. So I kind of enjoyed that. Michelle was like, oh my God, I do not feel good. I have a hangover. It's so bad. I went to In-N-Out and I'm on my way to a showing. Like just that, that like kid vibe again. Like I'm so wasted. I'm still drunk and I got to go to work. Like I was like, all right, good on you. I'm glad that you got to like get that little taste.
It's fun every once in a blue.
Does she still live in West Hollywood?
I think so. Yeah.
I love that for her.
Me too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got Brittany and Brandon going on a date. I would have rather driven a nail into my eyeball than watch them order their caviar and their steak and him say, do you want to be my boyfriend? And Brittany be colorblind to the red flags. Like I can't with this guy. I'm so out on him.
Wait, on the dude?
Yeah.
Why?
He didn't like skeeve you out?
Not really. He actually did the opposite. Like I was on the Zach wagon of like 3 kid, 2 bit. All right, we need to talk. I need to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
And he so far he did like, I know we spoiler alerted and they're not together anymore, so like we know the ending. But like I was with Zach. I was like, all right, I'm fine. You're good. You passed the first test. I'm good with you for now. He said all the right things, I think. He kind of won me over at the party. And the dinner was fun. I thought he was just kind of... Look, I think he's there for... I don't think he's there for the right reasons. I don't think he's like in love
at
with
all.
Brittany.
He's there to be on the show.
Well, everyone's there to be on the show. So, like, I can't fault the guy for that.
Danny didn't marry Nia to get on the show.
Well, they were married.
Luke didn't have a baby with Kristen to stay on the show. I'm just saying this guy I think is solely here to be on the show.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
You don't think Luke is with Kristen to have a little taste of the good life? I'm pretty sure we had that conversation multiple times.
I think he enjoys it. Do I think that's why he got with her? No.
Listen, this is not really a Brandon problem. Brandon is like an interchangeable person. This is a Brittany thing. No, Brittany's always she clearly has a type.
That's my first note. She clearly she definitely has a type.
Yeah.
And I'm going to contradict everything I just said because ladies and dudes, I don't know if I've ever heard a dude say this, but I'm sure there's been dudes that say it. If you have to say, now don't f it up, go. Pack it up, say goodbye, little kiss, maybe a bone on the way out. You got to go. You do not, if you feel the need to tell your partner, significant other, person you're getting to know, now don't f it up, that's not a good thing. There's too much there. There's too much history in that statement on both sides.
Yeah.
So Brittany, take a minute, figure out why you keep picking dudes that f up, why you need to tell a guy that who just asked you to be his girlfriend. And Brandon, why is a girl telling you that?
These are the things that made me out on this guy. First of all, she had said, I don't want to be in a relationship yet. And for whatever reason, he felt he knew better. And he was going to ask her on television at this moment to be his girlfriend. And so I think like number one, that's suspect to me. And I'm not down with that. Number two, when he was talking to Zach and Zach was like, oh, you've got, he's like, no, I get it. I've got 3 kids and I've got a baby mama. And Zach is like 2. Mm-hmm. Like he wasn't forthright. And even though we all knew, I also thought it was real weird that when they were in the car and all of a sudden he's like, I actually think this about her. It's like, slow your roll, boo, you just got here. It was the same thing that kind of like made me skip a beat with Sabrina in Summer House. Like I really love the sig others that weren't cast on the show that come in hot. I just want to like kiss me before you me kind of thing. There's also, let me just say this, because these are the reasons why I'm out on him. There was also the moment at the end of the show where like they were all getting into it and he was the one like having this conversation. It's like, you don't know these people, back it up. And so someone says something and he goes, well, she's my girlfriend, and threw his arm around her. I'm like, the ink isn't even dry. Like, what are you talking? Like, he just came in real hot and like, oh, I'm the new Jax, but I'm the 2.0 version. And I'm like, you aren't. So
you're the one that said this, and I didn't even clock it until you said it, and you're 100% right. What Lala did in the car was ask, has anyone heard this? Has anyone else heard this? She was asking for opinions. He gave his opinion of Jasmine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. It wasn't her being like, oh, this happened. And he was like, and you know what else? I really like her. I don't know what. She asked. He gave an opinion. The my girlfriend thing was kind of cute. Because Jasmine was like, no, because Jasmine, what happened
what
was Jasmine was like,
Jasmine,
what happened was Jasmine was like, and then some rando's telling me this thing. And he's like, I'm not a rando. This is my girlfriend. Like he was being cute about it. He was like saying, I don't think he was. This is my girlfriend.
Listen, this is does anything else happen? I just want to get to that scene. Because like, literally everything happens in that scene.
Yeah, then we now get to, after that stupid scene of them having dinner, it's the Booko's housewarming party. Danny's never been happier in his life. He can't stop talking in a cowboy accent. Nia wants to stab him. Like, yeah. Danny, I got news for you. There was that moment where he's like, I love you, little lady. You're the best mama this side of the Mississippi, of all Mississippis. And I'm thinking like, you are getting further and further from getting laid the more you talk like that. Like she wants to stab you right now. So there was that.
But it was really funny how it ended, where she goes, you have a white strip on. Take off that white. And he just keeps talking. And she goes and finally yanks it off. And he goes, don't you ever touch a cowboy's white strip. Like, and he just sat there. You could see the dew like dripping from his teeth on it. But like, that was funny to me. And I'm like, thank God he had that outbeat, because like that saved it, but like that, it just like affirms like what I was saying about like she's clearly stressed out. Whenever a couple throws a party, it's always the bitch that's got to do everything, like, and not because like a guy won't do things, but because like they want a list. When women are like, I don't even have time to make the list. If I had time to make the list, I would just do it all. Or I can't even. I'm so disorganized. I know what needs to be done, but it's just because I'm like, it's like picture my eyeballs as like a night vision radar where I'm just like the bing, 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 bing. I know that these things have to happen. And so he's just trying to keep everything light and funny, and because that's what he thinks he's here for. Like, I'm just the comic relief, you know? And it's like, it's literally the last thing she wants right now, because when you're talking, she thinks, do I need to listen to that? And then realizes that I did not need to listen to that. And now I've lost 4 more seconds of like I didn't even have it to lose, you know? And so anyways, I was glad that it ended the way that it did, because I would want to punch Danny in his white shit.
But even later when he was like yelling after her, where she's like carrying the baby up and he's like, you're the best wife this side of the Mississippi. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Like, not good. So all of that happens. And then it was just basically like the Lala, Michelle, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so this is the end of the ep.
Just everyone caravanning to whatever, an hour drive. And I love that Schwartz called it a pilgrimage. He's like, this isn't a road trip, this is a pilgrimage. And then that reminded me, like, you kind of look like a pilgrim right now, which then spurred me to realize, Schwartz, no beige for you. Schwartz does not look good in beige. Keep it a cream or stick with the primaries. Yeah. The beige
black,
really,
he looks great in black.
Yeah,
looks like a fox in black.
And navy. And I think I like him in a cream, but the beige really washed him out. It was gross.
Too tonal.
Yeah.
Everybody gets there. The first big moment there is when Luke pulls Danny aside to be like, hey, we're all going to go to a cigar bar tomorrow night. I would love for you to come. And Danny's like, listen, I don't have friends. I have brothers. What he did to me, if the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't even be friends with this guy anymore if you received the treatment from him that I did. And I really have to think about it, because I'm in the happiest, best place in my life. We're on Booko Mountain, brother. Like, yeah. I don't want to, and I get that. Like, when you've, for you, cut something that feels very toxic out of your life, you don't want to invite it back in. I always say, like, when the universe gives you the out, take it. And for him, it might just be like, they were so dramatic. And ever since, like, haven't you just had like friendships that you've ended? And it's like, listen, I never want to be the bad guy and do something like that, but I'm so grateful I did it, because I have peace in my life now. And I feel like Danny's, obviously it's very layered. It's also like, I don't want to reopen this. I got jobs to get. I got a mortgage to pay.
Yeah, there's too much on the line.
Yeah.
Like, you really can't around and find out with people like Janet. Like, you just really can't. And I also just feel like that the whole conversation even was happening almost as like, okay, we're going to have this conversation, because I truly believe that they had a sidebar and we're like, we are freezing these people out. We are going to get these people off this show. Because those 4, Danny, Nia, and Kristen and Luke, are like thick as thieves. Like, they really are. Like, even just like in the original conversation where Luke meets up with Jason, and the first thing he says is, how's it going with Danny and Nia? And he's like, well, you know, and he's like, but what are you doing to mend that fence or whatever it was? And he's like, what are we here to talk about? Like, is this about, like, so those 4 have formed an alliance.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of into it just because I love Kristen and I love Nia. So like, I just want them to always like have each other's backs. And I think that Luke's a solid guy.
Yeah,
I know
I like
some
Luke.
people don't like Luke, and I didn't like him in the very beginning either, but like, it's been 3 seasons now. Like, I feel like, I mean, well, we're in our 3rd season. Like, I feel like he's passed the litmus test.
Yeah. And I also really like, especially for a younger dude, I feel like he is one of the younger dudes on this show. He might even be younger than Zach.
Yeah. I think he's 35, I think.
Yeah. Like, I just think he carries himself really well.
Yeah.
He's not like, he's pretty even keeled, and he's been thrown into, because he's sidled up next to Kristen. So clearly he's been thrown into the lion's den in some crazy situations, especially in the first season.
Yeah.
When Jesse and her were going at it. And I just feel like he's always, I could be not remembering something, but he's always handled himself pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think the freeze out method is the best way to go here. I hope they all kind of stick to it.
Wait, now question for you, because we're at that moment where, like, you know, Jasmine's having the conversation again with Lacy and Brandon, and then she goes in and kind of like has it with everyone, and Zach says, no, Jasmine does this. It's like she kind of hears part of something and then she'll run with it and he tries interjecting. What was your take on Brandon, like through all of this?
I thought that Brandon, like kind of what I said earlier, that like Brandon is an interchangeable person. Brittany picks these people and then wonders why it all goes to shit. Brandon is very easy to like. It's not about what he's saying. It's not about his words. He actually had very lovely ways of communicating literally everything that he said, whether he was talking to Lala in the car, not his place, but like it wasn't aggressive. You know,
it wasn't.
It was fine. When he gets to the house and he's talking to Jasmine and kind of telling her about it, he was very non-dramatic about it. He kept being like, no, not anything bad. It wasn't malicious at all. It was just like this thing came up and they were just kind of like hashing it out, like whatever had happened. Like it was very keep the peace centric. I really felt like he wasn't trying to be dramatic. So it's not about his words or what he's saying to people. It's the fact that he's even having them at all.
That's what I'm saying.
So like, I don't mind him in like, oh, this specific thing. Well, all he said was this. No, it wasn't what he said. It was just like, you're really all up in everyone's business in really the nicest way possible, but like too fast. It really seemed like you were trying to AP this show.
But what?
It's why I mentioned Sabrina.
How? He was up in one piece of business that he was involved in a car ride where one person in the car asked for advice and then he gave advice. She didn't like that advice. So now all of a sudden it's who's this newbie gets popping off and well, you asked a question and the guy answered it. You just
Lala
didn't like his answer.
And maybe I
now
missed
we're
that. Did
here
Lala
and all
ask-
he's trying to do is explain what happened and tell Jasmine like, no, she wasn't talking shit. Like he was trying to like play a little peacemaker, but he wasn't in everyone's business. He answered a question that Lala asked that turned into a whole thing. And now he's sitting here trying to be like, no, she wasn't talking shit. And Jasmine's gone popping off. Michelle's being weird. He's trying to be like, oh, I'm the new guy and everyone's, I think I did something stupid. Like, no, he's trying to keep the peace. And what do you know? Everything's a weird and awkward and left out and half-assed and Zach being weird and the whole and who comes in to save the day? Lala, what happened? And verbatim, exactly, word for word, what happened? I said this, she said this, you said that, like, and everybody was like, oh, got it, except Jasmine. Jasmine was like, no, I'm gonna keep going. And at that point, people were literally telling it, like nobody was talking shit. Lala told you exactly what happened, that she was the one that was like, no, I posed the question.
But Lala was pissed. She's like, you're a rat. Like you were in my car. You were in my bubble. We were having this conversation and you then give this information to Jasmine. And not for nothing, in the great words of Nene Leakes, stay out of women's business.
Yeah.
Like when and it's also why I was saying the thing though about Sabrina, like Sabrina's clearly a sweet, loving person. She just came in hot with everyone and it took me aback a little bit.
Yeah, you just want everyone to like know their roles in a way. And it just like maybe this guy has actually been around.
Different scenario. Sabrina literally party hopped to every person on the show and broke down their situation, right? Surely Brandon is getting info from Brittany. Like Brittany's saying like, oh, this, and then they got divorced and that. Because he said, he's like, oh, I'm still trying to learn like they're and that's the new couple, but that's the old couple. So like,
I need to clarify. This is not about what went down here in terms of like the relaying and the talking to the people and whatever. And also maybe he's been around for longer than I understand. Like this is the first, are we just meeting him today, right?
This is the first time I think really all of them are meeting them. Cause remember Zach was like, oh, this is like, they're having their first conversation cause they had never met before.
Like the only person that he's met is Jasmine.
Okay, which is funny because for him to basically have gotten himself in hot water this entire evening because he felt like kind of standing up for Jasmine, and then for her to roll in and be like some random, and he's like, I'm not random. I think that what it's giving me is just like there's just it's just a lot for a brand new person, and I get that I just have a vibe from it. It's not about anything that he said. Everything he said was perfectly fine. It was just the fact that he even said it.
That's right.
Just felt like too fast, too soon, and that's probably just a me thing. Like, but
even Brittany clocked it.
Yeah, he just makes. He makes me nervous a little bit about like what's to come.
Brittany clocked it because she didn't get the screen time. That's the only reason she had a problem with it.
No, I think
she
it
literally
also
said it at the end. Let me do it, not you.
Because
that was what she.
No,
was
because
saying.
she was always cleaning up Jax's mess because he was always liking to stir the pot and get involved in women's business. And I think she was just like, oh, I don't want to be on this ride again. And like I've picked a photocopy of a photocopy.
Yeah.
Like he's very Jax adjacent. I'm not saying he's a narcissist. I
do just because I have to say because I don't think that
Jax.
I don't think he's Jax adjacent in that because Jax is a straight up lunatic,
totally
like
that's
horrible
wild
person.
to call this dude Jax.
But
anything
it's the tendency
after
that's right
12 minutes.
Tendencies.
It's that there's a little reminiscent vibe that I'm like I'm just being honest about the like that how I'm watching in and I'm like like and it's not about. He's perfectly lovely. And maybe he'll learn his lesson from this. Like, this isn't really my thing. Like, I'm not going to get involved in your friend's stuff. Like, because this is a crazy ass bunch of people. That's why they have a TV show, because that's necessary. Maybe he's actually a pretty normal guy that is not really thinking. Or he's a guy that literally binged the whole series right before he got here and was like, I think I can, like, because if you got 2 baby mamas and he has drama with both of them, he might also, just entertain this, be a guy that would be like, oh, tell these bitches I'm moving to LA. I'm on a show now. Like he might have really kind of set his sights on something.
And also, why do you have drama with both of your baby mamas?
Person on a reality TV show ever in existence that hasn't had at least one of those thoughts.
Sure.
Like I'll show them.
Right.
If,
so like,
if not, that's their whole reasoning for being on TV.
I understand. So I do try to say like how I'm like, Janet, no, I hate Janet. I wish her a hellfire death. Yet I'm okay with her coming back every 3rd episode because I have grown accustomed to having someone that I can be like, oh God damn it, Janet. And like, so like, I understand everyone has a place and a role in these kinds of things. So I'm just saying like, that he's doing a lot in a very short amount of time that I've known him. Not bad, but could be a foreshadow of like what's to come of him just getting involved in things and making things harder for Brittany and getting Zach irritated and then Zach and Brittany fight. And I hate it when Zach and Brittany fight.
Me too.
And so I just like, and also Zach's a little overbearing. Like he just like Brittany gonna be Brittany. This bitch ain't changing. She really isn't. She's not gonna change.
No.
Her
The cake
type,
is baked.
Yeah, her type's gonna stay the same. The only way she's not gonna be with a dude like a Jax or is it Brendan or Brandon?
I think Brandon.
Is
knows?
if like someone literally comes for her so hard that is not like that and like does not take no for an answer. You know, like she's not going to ever be like naturally gravitating to anyone that's not has these little things about them.
And
so.
I am standing 10 toes down on this. I thought it was weird when she said, I'm not ready to be in a relationship, and he asked her to be his girlfriend anyway and did it when they were filming. I think that's weird.
It is weird. And it is almost like he wanted to be able to tell Zach that because he sensed that Zach might be like a person in her ear. And so he wanted to go and be like, we're together now. So that Zach would be like, oh, great.
But and also didn't say to Brittany, like, you're my partner now. Like, I know, like, I'm just meeting him. Do you want to say this together? How do you want, like, and he's like, well, but I'm her boyfriend now. It's just like, it's a little territorial. It's a little ulterior motive to me. And again, everything he said when he was in the car, none of it was mean. When he was, communicating whatever he was saying about the car ride to Jasmine, it was, I'm tracking how he moves and I'm just, my spidey sense is going off.
Exactly. That's all it is. Everything that you're saying about everything that he said is totally right. He was totally appropriate in every single way, except this is a show. And when I see people acting like that so quickly, it makes me think you got an agenda. That's it.
I also like,
but also my favorite thing about they do like that's why you go on.
Okay,
I didn't hear what you said.
He says they all do. Well, no fucking shit. Are we?
But they're all cast members. He's not.
But like, so what does that mean? Like,
I don't
like, are we not allowed? Like, yeah, they do all have an agenda. Are we not supposed to call it out? Like, where do we stop talking about like just because this is a show? Oh, they are all narcissists. They all do have an agenda. They all do have an ex that they can't wait to get back at. Like, yeah, but like this is just part of the conversation about him. So
yeah, totally. I've never heard you say that about anybody else that they have an agenda.
I'm sure I have said that.
Oh, I mean, fine. Maybe you have, but like. If everyone has an agenda, then why would we say that as a
because
thing
some agendas are toxic and some aren't.
And he's not.
In my opinion.
His agenda, I think, is to get on this show and be like partner up with Brittany so that he's like grandfathered in via her. And then he's going to let these hoes know.
And
like,
get those endorsement deals.
Yeah,
and
be able to tell back home, like, I ain't coming back. Like, whatever.
Adios, Paso Robles.
What if he's doing all that not to tell these two chicks to...
I mean, that was just one of the things.
No, it is a possibility. Another possibility is, I have an opportunity to make something, get brand deals and make more money and take care of these 3 kids that I have. And
because he seems like he's perfectly lovely. I have a feeling things are going to go south with him and the group of people because he's going to get him
because they're not together anymore. Let me tell you this.
Well, she stays together with very problematic people. So like, who knows? He could have been like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah,
I'm going back to wine country.
Yeah, you guys are psychos.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Zach and Brittany's gay best friend is I can if I had $1 for every dude that Brittany was like, well, you got to meet Zach and Zach's got to approve. And the dude was like, don't worry about your gay best friend. I'll be fine. And then they're like, all right, Tommy, this is Zach. And Tommy walks in and is just like,
oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
You didn't tell me Zach was 6'4", 220 of solid man.
Yeah. And
this guy's
gnarly,
dude.
Yeah.
Benji's standing next to him. He thinks he's walking over to Benji. And then
you totally. Benji's like, can I introduce you to Zach? My fiance.
That's hilarious.
Dude, it cracks me up every time. Like when it happened with Jax, when Jax was like, oh, you haven't even been, I'm the #1 guy in the group. Well, you haven't even been here this year. Like
not for the last 30 days.
Not for the last, just towering over Jax, who was always the biggest figure in the group and just like overbearing and like just figuratively gross. Huge just and
roided out, totally. Gross, like
and
laser
Zach
beaming,
like
oily,
small,
and like.
And Zach made like when I first met Brendan was at the house and Lala came over, and I was like, oh, he's a big dude. That's a big dude. And then he meets Zach, and I'm like, oh, you're just a little guy.
Remember in what's that? Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife.
Yeah, this is a knife.
Just the vibe.
Oh, we're not even going to talk about the OnlyFans portion of the show? Best part. I rewound it like 7 times.
OnlyFans.
He's kidding. What are you talking about?
The barbecue, Lala and Michelle eating barbecue. That was disgusting.
What were you going to say, Nat?
I'm going to run through the vibe of the comments from last episode. One, first and foremost, is that Janet is the clear villain of the episode.
No.
That's from Mary Elizabeth Butler, Hillary Wingslow Pingu, Katsky, Julia Thompson, Marty Hans, and Jen O'Toole. It's the strongest consensus of the week is that Janet continues to be the cast member that viewers are the most frustrated with. Fake apologies, therapy language being weaponized, expecting forgiveness too quickly, revisiting last season conflicts. One said, Janet's gonna Janet, period. A huge viewer empathy for Kristen's postpartum experience. That's from Daniel Mag, Deborah Traeger, Y'all Gotta Watch This, and Lil Red and MBD. Strong through line. Viewers strongly defend Kristen around the intimacy conversations, the postpartum hormones, the physical recovery, body image shifts, exhaustion, pressure from partners. One person said, maybe Kristen just doesn't feel like having sex right now, and that's all. Like, bigger problems. Viewers think Danny isn't fully hearing Nia. That's Katsky, SD, Fish and Gal, and Rodina Waldman. And Danny isn't acknowledging what Nia is actually trying to communicate.
Yeah, and I think we were kind of saying that, like where guys just want to fix, and Nia's like, just listen, like I'm not feeling at home here yet, and like, you know.
Yeah, I don't need like a zing for everything.
Like, what do you mean you don't feel at home? We're on Booko Mountain.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God. Yeah, she wants validation, not solutions. The commute stress is real. Relocation adjustment takes time, and postpartum overwhelm is compounding everything. She just wants him to acknowledge the drive simply sucks. Like it might just have been that. Just like, yeah, say the drive sucks. Like, don't get me like when Stephanie used to say, it's 15 minutes. Or
it's just off the 27. And you're like, what's the 27?
During the caravan, and they said, we've been on like 4 different we've changed freeways 4 times.
Yeah.
And they're like, what even one are we on? And she goes, I have no idea. And that's exactly how Courtney used to say it. She go, it's just up the 14. And I go, where's the 14? And she goes, exactly.
That's right.
Like, or I don't even know if it was the 14.
That's right. I can't even remember.
It was one that we used for literally nothing else.
Nothing.
And we have like, listen, I go a lot fewer places now, but like I've lived in Los Angeles for 25 years now ish, something. I've never seen that freeway until Stephanie moved to.
You drive past it every single time you drive up north.
It's not the one that it's a different number. You get the one that we drive by on the 5, like as we're going up the Grapevine. You get off on that one, then you hop on a couple, another one or two more, and those are the ones that I'm like, I don't, no idea, never heard of it. Is it the 9? Is it the 20? Is it the
49?
Yeah,
is it the 49ers?
It's one that you haven't heard of. Okay,
and it's so funny too because all of them in the car were like, oh my God. But then Schwartz is bringing snacks and you've got literally every person is like, how many freeways have you been on? I can't believe, it's just, it is, I know we sound like such babies.
It is very LA, but that drive is weird.
But it is like, I promise you, if you were in the car with them, you would also, and you lived in LA, you would just be like, where are we driving to Spain?
Yeah, I'm used to just driving to Spain on Santa Monica Boulevard the whole time.
Right. It'll also take an hour, but like I know that.
I know where I'm at. Yeah,
that's right.
I know the 2.
I know the dialect in that part of the country.
Isn't that the 2? See, I know things. Mixed reactions to Lala's behavior this episode. That's Nikki Dean, Carrie Peacock, Deborah Chager, Fish and Gal, and Trisha Zvader. Lala triggered one of the most divided reaction threads this week. It was criticism with the flirting with the lifeguard, sexual humor around her hired help, over-sexualized behavior. And then some viewers defend her growth and sobriety arc, saying she's not as funny as she thinks. Wait, hold on. That's not a compliment. That's not a compliment. She's not as funny as she thinks she is. Sorry, the robots did not compute.
I do think, though, that's part of what makes Lala a good character on shows like this, because she is this very like incendiary kind of person, and she can spark, like you either really like her or you don't. There's no kind of middle of the road with her.
Yeah. Nia earned respect for setting boundaries with Janet, and that's from C.S. Peterson. Several viewers specifically praised Nia just for how she handled conflict with Janet. They said it's calm responses, refusing to escalate, polite distance instead of confrontation. They said that they wish that they could respond to people the way that Nia does, and I'm one of them. I didn't comment, but that was what I was thinking. Viewers are still figuring out Lacy. That's from Hillary Winslow, Evie Dillard, Shaniqua Don't Care, and Rodina Waldman. She continues to generate curiosity more than consensus. The competing reads are grounded and emotionally intelligent, trauma-informed and thoughtful, status-focused, possibly TV-motivated relationship. She's still in the mystery edit phase with the viewers.
By the way, a lot of those things all could kind of be true about her, right? Like she could be very like trauma informed and also here for the lights, camera, action, you know? Like,
yeah, I think
we're just learning her.
I think that so I didn't know anything about her last week. And then just like 2 days ago, here's why I didn't, because I'm realizing like I feel like I have tried to look her up before and I didn't find anything.
Same.
When I went on before, it was just basically show stuff and people hating on her and whatever. And then I went on her actual page and realized like, oh, she's actually very involved in a lot of, I'm sorry, my cat is screaming and I don't understand. I never understand why. It's not new. I don't even know why I'm addressing it, but like maybe I'm just on my last nerve, but she is just like drilling in the side of my head. Right? Oh, what do you know? Back again.
Look what you're doing to Chandler.
She seems highly involved and very visible in the trauma space. She's going on Good Morning America and more local stuff and whatever. She has a podcast. She has a whole past. She also has like endometriosis and something else, which took
PCOS?
like 10 years to diagnose. And she talks a ton about how like the only reason that she even did get diagnosed was because she has privilege. And then she talks about how women of color never
it's
can like
a
never
real
come
problem
to it and
for
they
women
like
of color
die from these things. And like, I really, she looks a certain way And maybe she is a certain way with certain things, but like this bitch real involved in like helping the people. And so like I'm just like, and I also like I like her. I like her. I'm gay for Lacy.
And I'm gay.
Yeah. When at that last scene when she says,
so good.
Who was complaining about
It was
Michelle?
Jasmine and Brandon.
That's
and they were
right.
just talking about the thing and talking about Michelle. And she was like, I'm on a healing journey with her. I'm stepping away.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah.
And then I also watched the after show, and it was so funny to hear like basically everybody talk about that that Jesse is just a little ass bitch. Now, like it is a role they've never seen him in. They've never seen him be this way. He really does look at her like she is like the role model of a lifetime. It's I am so interested in that relationship. We don't usually watch the after shows because they don't air, and we do these before they air. So somebody had suggested you guys should really get your facts straight and watch the after show. I think it would be helpful, and we would, but we can't.
They're not on yet.
Here we are
for us.
Okay, next consensus is that some viewers think that Lala and Janet's friendship is strategic. Fish and Gal, Miss Grouchy Girl, and Marty Hans. And then they're just saying that there's a reoccurring theory that Lala's connection to Janet may just be storyline driven rather than organic. And like, I hope so. That
makes two of us.
That's the idea. The funniest comment was from Julia Thompson, rebranding Karen as Janet. After last season, I stopped calling people Karens and renamed them Janets. Second was the zoo tour outfit read. That was Shannon Fall. Janet's birthday party outfit looked like she was about to give a tour at the zoo. Shannon Fall also, oh my goodness, 2, 3, and 4 is Shannon Fall. Lacy reminds me of a Timu Rachel Zoe. She also said, last year for my birthday, I got my husband a vasectomy, the birthday vasectomy.
I'm reading that whole thread between her and Mary Ayeka Kent is one of the funniest things I've read in my life.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love that. And the aviation bar protest is real. It's a movement now. Ningy Ding would like to join the airplane bar picket.
Yeah, Organza too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And the wildest comment was Jen O'Toole, a full theory that Janet was originally an anonymous internet troll personality who expected to play the villain role safely once cast, but underestimated what that would feel like face-to-face on camera. And that's it. That's all I got.
Kathy A6778 had an interesting thing. At Courtney Abiadi, that's you. It did cross my mind after watching that scene that Kristen's end game with Luke was really just his spermies. Could you imagine if that's all she really wanted and now she got that and she's like, thanks, peace?
Listen, there's something about, I think I've said it before about her. She just, if things aren't like feeling good for Kristen, like she's not going to stick around just because like it's a man and whatever. And I like realized when I said it last time, I didn't mean to say that she's not like male driven, because she will just hop to another dude. So it's not like she's this fierce, independent woman that like doesn't need a man. She does need a man, but she doesn't need this specific one. There's plenty in the sea. Yeah. She very much doesn't see anyone as being super special. She's like, I'm the special one. Yeah, and I will just go find another one who doesn't hassle me. Don't hassle the off.
I love that saying so much.
That's funny. Kristen Hall. I just want to point out that it was very on brand for Janet to wear beige and ask for the most bland meat. I'm so tired of her. She's in good company at the top of my shit list with Danny and Luke. They were so disgusting this episode. Go jerk it and leave Kristen and Nia alone. One feels like a stranger in her own body and the other is teetering on the verge of a breakdown. Help them out. Be someone they'd want to have sex with instead of being a sex pest. Gross.
By the way, like I do think Danny's an involved dad, but like Nia did seem like she was drowning a little bit. Like, help a sister out.
Yeah.
He got 70 pounds of meat. We talked about Lala, and I think this might be for me. Like I wasn't the biggest fan of Lala, and now I'm coming around on her. Dark Hours. Lala is like that now because she's a mother of 2 and has her family living with her and works for a living. Probably very, very, very valid points. I don't know who this kid is. Harris B. the something. Lala back in the day reminded me of every single petty, mean Southern California rhinestone to the gods dance team girl that would make me cower from intimidation. I know so many of those girls. Once she got sober, she felt like my elderly ballet teacher in college who made me stop hating dance and start enjoying it again as a very healthy hobby. She was like Lindsay Hubbard. For 8 seasons, I hated her. Then one day, it just clicked and I wanted to get coffee with her at Sweet Butter. Same.
There are like a handful of Valley restaurants that are just like right on Ventura Boulevard that like you'll always be like, man, we should go to Sweet Butter.
Yeah.
That's it. Somebody asked about, I don't know if it was Mary. I think it was Mary. I can't. That was like, I keep seeing this El Coyote. Is it good? And I was like, it's not good. But it is. There are a handful of places that you go to when you first come to LA. And after 5 to 7 years, you kind of get in the groove of LA and you become a normal person who just lives here. And you stop going to the Dupars, Roscoe's, El Coyotes of the world, and you just start living your life. But you have to spend your first 5 years going to these horrible places. And that's why they've been around forever, is because the new people always go. Like what's the one on Fairfax? Cantor's, Deli, like horrible.
I wouldn't Cantor's with your dick.
Wait, but you used to like it. You used to like their pastrami
Greenblatt's. That's the jam.
They're not even around
and
anymore.
They decided, do you know, literally, they went into work one day and they were like, we're closing. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
And that was it. You had like 24 or 48 hours to like go. They had the best wine section. They had the best rye bread. When I ate meat, they had the best pastrami. Their matzo ball soup was for the gods. And they closed it. I'm not okay with it. So up. It was there for like 90 something years.
I know how many platters I picked up from there when I was an assistant.
Dude, and there is no matzo ball soup in the city that can compare. And when I'm sick, that's all I want.
This is a funny story. I'm sorry, Fishing Gal. You probably didn't think it was very funny, but I did. And the rest of the people are going to think it's a little funny. In hindsight, it's funny. Fishing Gal. I remember feeling like Kristen. So we planned my baby moon, which was much more like my honeymoon, a disaster and a precursor of what was to come in my marriage. Landed in Denver and drove to Winter Park in nearly whiteout conditions at night. I'm from the Bay Area, California. For those of you who don't know, it doesn't snow there. Arrived at the condo where there was a hot tub in the middle of the living room in front of a huge picture window, which we never ended up using. That's called foreshadowing. We went out snowmobiling, and my husband rolled his snowmobile 3 times as he tried to hold on and then let go, and the ski uprighted itself, went down the hill where it hit a tree head on, and was totaled. Needless to say, he opted out of the insurance, and we bought she says jet ski, but I think she meant snowmobile. And we bought a snowmobile. Came home early, never having had sex, and definitely not for a few months more until I was able to get over the PTSD from that trip. So, Luke, count yourself lucky. You got yourself some after 3 months, and it didn't cost you a cent, except for the condom. I just love that. You planned a whole vacation and your dumbass hubby ate shit and you had to come home. That's funny. Shannon Fall, Lacy buying Isabella Dolce & Gabbana shoes. She and Jesse are a match made in poor monetary decision heaven.
Yeah, Shannon was on fire this episode.
Good.
They also go on in the, what's it called? And they really think that Jesse, and this isn't everyone, but I feel like definitely Michelle and probably maybe Janet and whatever, are convinced he would never be with her if she wasn't this rich. And it's all like he treats her like.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I think that like it's not like, listen, she is rich, but I think it's and obviously a lifestyle does, you would need, the rich is the component that's probably necessary in that. But she also cares about the things that he does, in that they are going to galas and going to these events and networking. And so I think it's both things. I think that saying just because she's rich is like the easiest like way out. And probably the easiest thing for a Janet and an ex-wife to just kind of say automatically. That is definitely an element, I think. But I do think it's breathes larger into like the 100% lifestyle of, Orange County.
And to be clear, I don't think that's like how I said, like, I want to be with someone who's wealthy. I've struggled financially my whole life. I'm good. I'm done. Like, someone help me help myself. And I don't think that that's the only reason he's with her. I just think Jesse also wants to live a certain kind of lifestyle, and she's already got that built in. And so he doesn't necessarily maybe have to. I think that's attractive to him. And that's maybe the one thing about Jesse that I'm like, totally agree. Don't hate on it at all. And I will say this also. I do think he is genuinely into her. Like,
he
is clear. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that they are all very beside themselves about how differently he's treating her than how he treated Michelle. And they think it's because she is offering him a lifestyle that it's all he ever wanted. It's like all he ever aspired to have. And so
listen, I think that, you know how like you talk about, and if you don't want to put this in, you don't have to, but it's just the first thing that came to my mind. Like with your first marriage, you dated someone from a different cultural background and it ended up being really hard on you guys.
Yeah.
And I think moving forward, you were just like, I don't know if I have it in me to like fight that fight again.
Yeah, it's a very like when you're young and you have all the energy and like love is everything, you can't believe, you know, like, and now I'm just like, let's probably take this white dude, like, move on with our lives. Our Grammys seem like they really would have gotten along, you know. And
they're
like,
getting along in heaven
yeah,
right
I feel
now.
like we just had similar backgrounds, and it was just like, I don't know. I think our families are similar, and it was just like I never sought that out. It was after we got together that I was like, huh,
that's nice.
This is really easy. Like all of that like big drama, it's just like doesn't exist here. And because I only dated people from other races, like
100%.
I mean, not be like maybe like just a very small handful of white dudes, and you're one of them. You're the lucky number, like 3.
But like I think it's similar when you're thinking of like where do you align? And I always say like you have to be aligned. So if 2 people really want to live this certain kind of lifestyle, like they might be better aligned than someone who's just like, I'm a simple chick. I'm
tired. I'm too old. I'm tired now. I just can't.
Yeah, exactly. And so I just think like that's part of the Jesse thing where it's like, yes, he always wanted to like live this extravagant, flashy lifestyle. She's already doing it. And Michelle never really cared about any of that stuff, as self-admittedly. And now here's this person that wants to partner up with me and do all those things. You know, like Shane and I always talk about the fact that like after we broke up and like I was seeing someone, and like one time he saw me going over to this guy's house and I had like all this like cooking equipment and stuff. And he's like, what do you guys even do together? I'm like, everything you didn't want to do. And so it is just like there is, and Shane was a wonderful boyfriend and obviously we love him. Everyone knows him. But like, I realized like, it's easier to like meet someone who just wants to take walks than to like beg someone to take a walk.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
To just like things like that. And I actually think that's good business.
No, I do too.
I didn't know you settled for me because I was just a regular white dude.
I'm just saying that.
No, she was saying after she fell in love, she realized,
You're doing it, Craig. Not saying what she said, saying what you think she meant.
No, because you said you fell in love with him so quickly. You knew right away.
Not what she said, but it's fine.
No. In prior conversations.
I'm kidding. Jesus.
Oh,
it's fine.
You're joking?
It should be funny then.
Speaking of something funny, this is just a classic dudes are dumb exchange between Shannon and Mary. Shannon Fall, Mary Ayeka Kent. Shannon Fall, last year for my birthday, I got my husband a vasectomy. Happy 34 to me. Mary Ayeka Kent. At Shannon, yay. My Chris got one around my birthday 3 years ago. He still complains about it. Sigh. Shannon. At Mary, really? My husband has a goldfish memory, and I think he's forgotten about it. Mary Ayeka. At Shannon. Oh, my husband can't remember shit and has no hearing from years deployed, but for some reason, he frequently mentions the residual effects from his 15-minute vasectomy.
The residual effects.
Wait, what does he not have hearing from?
He was in the service.
Oh,
he's in the
thank
service.
you for your service.
But what are the residual effects from a vasectomy?
That's what Shannon was like, residual effects? With a bunch of question marks.
Nothing. It's all it is.
Nothing.
There are no residual effects.
Yeah, dude, I just thought that was so funny. He can't remember shit. My husband has a memory of a goldfish.
Maybe Carl should get one so that he'll have one more thing to be like, and I've got the residual effects of this vasectomy.
I've got the residual effects of not being able to have children.
Yeah.
Didn't you do that to yourself, Carl?
You didn't even call me on my vasectomy anniversary.
On the day I lost the ability to have children.
2 balls.
You paid for that. It's not important. Y'all got to watch this. Chiming in as someone who has had children, the aversion to sex is a big part of postpartum, and I hope they get into it this season. And I agree. I talked about this last time. I think that, like, I didn't talk about it this episode, but, like, there's these conversations happening on Summer House. There's this conversation happening between Luke and Kristen right now, and kind of Danny and Nia. I don't know if they're taking it super serious, and I'll explain that in a second. the Luke and Kristen conversation is super interesting. It's it's a conversation that has to be had. It's a conversation that every couple who's probably ever had a kid has dealt with, I would imagine, in some form or another. And so like, I'm enjoying these. I'm enjoying this. Like, are we in the like, let's have a talk era of reality TV, which 2 thumbs up. Let's go with that. And so the Danny and Nia thing, when he was like being the cowboy guy and making fun, like I thought that was funny because like I went on the road once on a TV show and we were in Denver.
Hat.
And we like a bunch of us, there was a Sheplin's, is that right? Sheplers, something. Like a famous country western store. And we were like, oh, we're all from the beach. And we thought, what a great idea. Let's go buy cowboy hats and boots. And so we bought boots and hats. And I was like, oh, this is who I'm supposed to be. Like I am supposed to be a cowboy. And you can't help it. You put on boots and a hat and you start talking like a cowboy. And you see your buddy got one on and you can't help it. You just start talking that way. And I love that, like, I get it. I loved it. But I thought there was going to be something. I thought he was going to stop and then they were going to have a real conversation about the party and the stress and the thing. And like we were going to get more of this. And then it wasn't. And then it was the tooth strip and it don't like funny. But then we cut away to something and I was left so like empty and wanting more and wanting to be like, you guys, you two have an opportunity to have a real thing here. Like also couples move away and like have to restart a life and deal with that and like talk about it. The Valley has the potential to be that show that can be amazing in the sense of like, this is the show where you go talk about marriage problems and having kids for the first time and moving away and growing up. And I don't know. I think they're going to squander it.
Nia is so busy. You want her to stop getting ready for this party and have a conversation? One more man just asking for another thing from Nia. Just add it to the list.
Wait, you guys are the ones saying that she should have this conversation, that they need to have this talk and come up with a plan. And
oh no, Danny needs to go to her on when Nia's not juggling 287 things, and she actually needs to walk in on him already doing it. I've got it all in my head. Like I see her like coming down to like make coffee. A coffee's made, babe, and he's sitting there like on in a little spiral notebook and just writing things down. What are you working on? I'm working on us. I'm working on our future.
Booko 2.0.
Booko 2.0.
He's not doing that.
Wait, can I just tell you a cute story really quick about about cowboy hats? So Shane and I were in Aspen for the holidays once, and we went to Kimosabi, as you do if you're there. And Kimosabi is very expensive, okay? And we did not have Kimosabi money, but Shane was always like, we're buying these hats. And I was like, are you sure they're really expensive? And he was like, yeah, you're so funny. You're having tequila shot, or you're having so much fun. Yeah. You're having tequila shots. We're doing this. So I pick out a hat and I'm looking at the prices, which are not hard to find. Like you got to ask for a price. Shane has never asked for a price for anything a day in his life. Even when he was homeless, he was like, I'll take the upgrade. He didn't have any money for the upgrade. So at any rate, I was like, okay, here's a hat. It's expensive. It's like $495. And by the way, this is a few years ago. So with inflation now, the hat's probably, a down payment for a house. And interesting. I wonder if I could trade that for a house. So anyway, so Shane's got his hat on and he looks super cute in it. And they put this like belt thing on the top and it's great. And so we go to ring up and I hand them the credit card and they were like, and that will be $1,700. And I was like, my hat was $495. How much was his hat? And they were like, also $495. And I was like, then how did we get to $1,700? They're like, oh, the belt on top was literally like an $1,100 like vintage, once owned by like Paul Newman belt or whatever. And I was like, what's your return policy? They were like, oh, it just can't be worn. And I look outside and Shane is outside in a hat, smoking a cigarette, taking selfies. Guess we own that belt then, don't we? And so anyway, now that hat has been in our shared home. And the other day he looks at me and he's like, he goes through phases where he like wants to wear the cowboy hat and he puts it on. He's like, he rips off the belt and he goes, oh, I hate this thing.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I'm want to strangle you with that belt. Do you know how much credit card interest we paid on that belt that you hate? Anyway.
Oh my God.
DRD.
I know the shot of like just like the visual of staying outside taking a selfie with
smoking the Marlboro Reds.
He probably has 2 cigarettes.
100%. Like, and he never was feeling himself more. And quite frankly, it was worth the $1,100 for the belt. Like, it was great. He loved it. It's a great story.
Funny.
Anyway, that's my cowboy hat story.
Had I not grown up with just literally everyone left and right wearing cowboy hats and boots all day long, it wouldn't be the largest turnoff of my life that it is today. So I'm sorry that you got stuck with someone who looks at those and goes,
Blech. They only turn me off if like they're not, like I don't need to be like, if like we were at the pool in like Lake Como, like, you know, like sitting on the, you know, the pool that like floats on the lake. And like, if my dude came out with a cowboy hat on, I'd be like, no, like I need it to be an appropriate.
Oh, it won't matter. That's what they were appropriate. I grew up in a farm town that was very appropriate. And it was the biggest, like, get like these shit kickers out of here. And like, no, they were Hicks. We called them the Hicks. And like, had the trucks. And
did your dad ever, did Stan ever wear a cowboy hat?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that not big in Oklahoma?
I mean, I feel like every state like there is definitely farmers in Oklahoma, but like we just lived like he was a college wrestling coach. We lived like in the city, in the like just the university town, you know, like it just wasn't like he didn't have any business. He had one buddy that like a rich buddy that had a farm that they would do that. What is it every year where you got to cut the balls off of a
castration?
It's castration, but what animal is it?
Cows?
No, but it wasn't cows. It was like these little guys.
Oh.
Goats?
Whatever, I can't remember, but he got his teeth knocked out during that. Anyways, basically, no. You would think that Oklahoma would have been my root and tootin' farm life, but no, it was Northern California.
I know, that is confusing.
Yeah.
Carry on, Mike.
No, you're still going?
Yeah. I'm not. You guys are. Evie Dillard, I like Lacy. Good vibes. I think you might be reading her trauma, but she did start a group to help other women that's been through trauma, which we've talked a little bit about. She's done a lot of cool shit. Yeah, this is Organza. Oh my God, I work in aviation and I still would not think it would be fun to go to an aviation type cocktail lounge. You should pick at this concept. I told her we were making signs and she was like, cool, I'm using my discount to come pick it with you guys.
All these things should be pop-ups. Like I love a space that every 30 days, it's a whole rebrand and you got a calendar and you're like, this is 80s month. This is aviation month. This is Y2K, whatever. I mean, pick better ones, but you know, like that totally makes sense to me, but to just really set up shop and be like, it's all there is. Like,
but this is the thing. Like, you know, when you're on Instagram and someone sends you something about like your childhood and you're going through and you see like the flash of the cartoon, the tray, the lunchbox, whatever, and all of a sudden you become so nostalgic.
Yeah.
You could do it like how they did the Saved by the Bell pop-up or whatever, but like you gotta nail it.
Yeah, as a pop-up.
You heard it here first, everyone. All right. This also is Harris, and I think that we should be appreciative that Harris is even alive. And I'm sure there's more than just this story, young man. The last time I got absolutely sloshed was at Goody's Tavern in San Clemente, and my friends and I ended up in the ocean in the dead of night. Something's in the water down there.
He's a baby.
True. B, no. You can't get sloshed and go to the ocean.
You don't do that. We love you, Harris.
That's the last place you want to go when you're drunk. This is a shout out to the worker bees because everyone's real busy. We're busy. You guys are busy. And we love you as much as you love us for keeping up because it's been a busy week. Thanks, West and Amanda. Carrie Peacock. It's killing me that I'm now 3 Showmance episodes behind. I may never recover. I love to watch them same day, but work kept me late these last few days. And I haven't even watched Soho or the Valley episodes yet. Anyone else ever feel like they get held hostage at their job? Just me? Not just you.
Jobs, boo.
Eliza Appleweed, yes, capitalism is crushing my soul. It's not just 9 to 5. On my off hours, I merely clean, laundry, and meal prep to prepare and survive for more hours of work.
Girl.
Mary Ayaka Kent. Yes, I had stuff to do all day yesterday and was stressing out because I wanted to get home and watch the episodes. I had literally got up at 5 a.m. this morning to get stuff done so I could sit down and catch up because I feel like I'm failing. You guys are amazing and none of you are failing. Yeah, then I wrote that. Just you guys are insanely sweet. Jen O'Toole, it's been like that for me all winter. I used to be okay binge watching my reality shows when I had time, but since discovering Showmance a year ago, I need to be a part of the conversation real time. Missing out in the comments section for multiple episodes makes me feel left over and depressed. It's stressful to be so invested in commentary with no depth. You guys are so amazing. Don't feel bad. It's YouTube. The shows are always there. Take a break.
I know, but I get what Jen's saying. And everyone is amazing. She's like, she wants to be in it in real time.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but it is stressful and we're here to have fun, not stress everybody out. So don't be sad. Don't get stressed. Just get to it when you get to it. And we love all you guys.
Just like smash that hype.
Yeah, just you know.
You can come back later.
You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just hit the button. That only takes a couple seconds. Hillary Winslow. Danny is so fake, performative, and creepy.
Listen, if something happens, sure. Right now, no.
Catski706. I think Danny doesn't want to hear about the long drive because he might feel like she's putting blame on him when I think she just wants him to acknowledge that the drive simply sucks. She knows nothing is going to change. The fact that she needs him to just hear her and shit and just agree with her. She knows the good outweighs the drive, but the drive time, but the long drive still sucks. And it does. Unless you got a Showmance. Oh, maybe Danny and Nia need to hear about Showmance. Then she can pop it in the car. Drive won't be so bad. This, I thought there was a Shannon Fall. I think it's from another episode, maybe. I can't remember. But I had mentioned about like when you're dating, when you have kids, but you're now single and you're dating, like when do you do the I love yous before the kids meet or after the kid? Like when does that part happen? And two things. Pat Clark, when my son was small, I didn't introduce him to my casual dates. I didn't want him to attach to someone I wasn't serious about and then suddenly remove that person from his life. I don't have the comment, Shannon, so I apologize. But Shannon said kind of the opposite. She's like, I'm still married to the guy I have kids with, but if I wasn't, I would want my kids to meet the guy before I said I love you to make sure that like the kids were fine with him.
Yeah.
So two sides to that. Interesting.
I'm not saying like introduce them and this is your boyfriend or this is my friend. He's going to be here all the time. Like I just meant like, I don't care if they meet. I don't think that's the end of the world. If like, you're not going to get attached to the person because like, he's not going to be around enough for you to get attached to like, unless I am serious, but like just a little meet and greet. I don't see the harm.
A little, what do they call it?
Because people have friends. Like you have friends.
And then you have friends.
Friends.
Oh, I can't wait. I don't have any of those. Okay. Mark and the robots read all of my comments, so I'll see which ones haven't been read. MBD said, don't come for me, but Tom feels like a West, where he puts on charm to win people over, but it's not real. And he does real damage to women. His game is nice guy game. And Harris, I thought, had a brilliant response to this.
Oh, I forgot.
I would agree that West, who was literally my number one guy, is just super cold, intentionally emotionally unavailable, and calculated, and puts on the nice guy act. Whereas Schwartz just genuinely is the nice guy, but much like Brittany, his passive people-pleasing nature gets him into muddy waters, and he doesn't have the tools to navigate once he disappoints people. They're both man-children for sure, but one of them is depraved and evil, and the other is just a little dumb. I'll take a little dumb over evil any day. And I like 10 out of 10. Yes, honey, like could not have said it better.
Yeah.
C.S. Peterson said, I love that Nia didn't feed into Janet and didn't placate Janet. I really wish I could be a lot more like Nia and how she interacts with people. And Carrie Peacock said, that was goals, the way she stayed quiet without feeling the need to fill the silence or placate Janet. And we talked about this. I loved that.
I'm a big silence filler, big time.
Oh,
real, like anxiety ridden. Like if you look at me for half a second without a reply, I'm like, and I'm gay. I do it all the time, especially with attorneys, because attorneys are so good at like, they just let you talk. They let you bury yourselves. I do it to Bonnie all the time.
It happens. Mary Elizabeth Butler said, somebody please get rid of Janet. She and Jason are so, ugh. True.
Yeah, you don't need to come up with like new ways to say it, really.
That's
Like,
right. Vicky Weatherby said, died laughing, Nat. OMG, that's barf. Or how about moms who pick their child's nose and rub it on their jeans? Fucking disgusting. I didn't get children till 9 and 11, boys, stepkids. I had to deal with farts and nose picking. I had rules, no nose picking around me or farting, and do not wipe anything on my nice throw covers. Eek. And I could not agree more.
Dude, that's my dream, is to just inherit 2 boys, 7 and 9. Like,
Really?
Oh my God. I wish that you had knocked someone up when you were like 18 and we would just be raising those little brats.
But
They'd
do
be
you
like
not
42 now or something. They'd be raising us.
We've been together for many years. So
For
at a
17
certain
years,
point,
yeah.
I would have got in on that a little bit at some point.
Do you not worry though about the co-parenting thing? Because I hear a lot of times that can be really
I think
brutal.
I would be like, listen, I've never done it. So of course, yeah. And I've only seen it and it never goes well. Me at my age now, I think I would be like, well, that's your problem. Like, I'm not co-doing anything with anyone, really, you know? I'm just getting to hang out with some whippersnappers.
I don't know. I got a friend who's stepmom of 4 kids and it doesn't go that way.
No, totally. But like I think that I would just be like, I would take all the good stuff and leave you with like
to do the dadding.
the problem stuff. Yeah. Because
that's a good plan.
My problem.
Claire, I got a new plan for you. Okay. Ningy Ding said, I would like to join the airplane bar picket. Just seeing that place made me angry. Coca Nut said, I started listening to Nia's podcast once in a while, and I did catch an episode last fall when she said she was finally happy about the move. It took her some time, but she made it. That's nice.
Her podcast is really sweet. Like, it's not like it's not some like riveting thing, but it relaxes me.
Oh, I should listen to it.
It's really sweet. Yeah.
Mary Ayaka Kent said, this is the first time I liked Michelle in the Salt Cave with Schwartz. So sweet, and it made me happy. And then Nat said, 1000%, both Jesse and Michelle's worst traits were on display when they were together. Splitting was the best thing both of them could have done ever for themselves. They're both so much easier to watch. And they are like...
They're like 2 completely different people. Like that. The War of the Roses is over.
Yeah. And thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I got. Thank God and thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, hype, tell a friend.
Yeah. And
Rinse
I think
and
we
repeat.
already mentioned it on Summer House, but we got to our Spotify limits and it's just we again talked about it already, but it's just so nice to be able to like ask you guys for help. And then everyone literally jumps on and then did it in a way where it was like episode after episode. I'm seeing all the people from YouTube go over there and make comments and whatever. And like, it just like that took us 2 years to reach that minimum. So like that was amazing that you guys did that. So thank you so much.
That's for you guys.
Literally everything we do is not possible without you guys.
Yeah.
We would just be talking and fighting with ourselves.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Yeah. Okay. See you next week. Love you. Bye.
Bye. We did it, guys. 2 hours and 19 minutes. Look at us.
That's true.
Not 90, but that's an improvement for us.